I made a career off of yapping. This is Costello, back with another installment of Nothing Out of the Ordinary. And today we are discussing the topic of heartbreaks and things of that nature. So, off the rip, heartbreak is unavoidable. When a good thing goes bad, it's not the end of the world, it's just the end of a world that you had with one girl and she's a reason. Unfortunately, with them high highs come low lows, and love is a pay-to-play game. If we never experience the pain, we'll never really come to fully appreciate the pleasure life has to offer on the other side. And heartbreak is one of those things. That energy doesn't get destroyed, it only changes. Those high highs of love become the low lows of heartbreak. I've had my fair share of heartbreaks within my professional career as a lover, I'd say. The most notable being my first one, which happened out of the blue, which is why it hurt so much. Essentially, old girl thought I would be moving off to college and leaving her behind. And so as to preemptively rip off the band-aid, she broke up with me over text. She's overreacting, and it's all because she don't want things to change. Before that could happen, when she texted me that shit, I was walking home from the store, and as soon as I seen a text, them tears started welling up in my eyes immediately. Dog, man, I was walking home fast so that the cars coming the opposite way couldn't see me. And it hit because I wasn't prepared for it. And it hit nasty. You know, it hurts, you know. I'm just a boy. So I gave myself a night to get over it, right? Which included an hour of kind of like letting everything I needed to let out, which was about maybe 20 minutes of crying, letting the tears I needed to let fall out, not holding them in. Maybe like an hour of just kind of thinking about everything and the implications of what this would mean, thinking about the relationship as in its entirety. And then the next day, as I awoke from my slumber, I'm on some new shit. I'm a brand new man. I'm no longer the same man I was yesterday. And I got to shooting immediately, you know, which isn't the best thing, but got my mind off of it, and you gotta move forward. Time moves on, regardless of what happens. Which brings me to my next point. Time heals all. That might be easier said than done, because when you're going through it, it seems like time goes slow as fuck. But with each day that passes by, it gets a little bit easier, you know? They get a little bit further in the back of your mind, and so one day, you're just not thinking about them anymore. It's important that I stay busy after such an event occurred, because what am I doing moping around, wasting time? You know, the more time you have on your hands to just think, the deeper and deeper you're really getting into it. It's a negative loop. When the relationship ends, time moves forward. Days do not stop. Money still gets made. So get up and make a buck. Go make $1. If you're gonna be sad on the clock. Hell yeah. If you're gonna mope while you're making $1. Cause, I mean, the best thing to do after a heartbreak occurs is to just keep busy. Live your life. If anything, you wanna start living life more now. Live your life to the fullest, because that heartbreak introduces a void, and that void needs to be filled. So I would hope that you can fill it with things that are constructive and beneficial for you, opposed to, say, drugs or alcohol, because those temporary fixes only work for so long. You can keep running from issues, but that doesn't mean they go anywhere. It just means they kind of stick on your back or in your shadow, and they'll confront you when it's dark outside and you're by yourself and it's just you and your thoughts. So it's temporary pleasure. It's a temporary vacation. It might take your mind off of it now, but that can easily become a more self-destructive cycle if left to its own devices. And I would not want that for you. Ideally, we can do things like try new things, try new foods, go to new places, go to the fucking library, dog. Meet some new people. As you live your life and the days go by, out of sight, out of mind. The less you see them, the less you'll think about them. So by staying preoccupied with something more constructive, you're creating that distance between you and the relationship ending. When a relationship ends, it's like a wound. That wound opens initially and it hurts for a while, but give it enough time, it'll scab up, and then that scab becomes a healed scar. But it takes time, and if you keep picking at that scab or that wound, it won't heal properly. And the same thing goes with relationships. Me personally, I've always been the type of person that works away my woes, right?
Hell yeah!
Anytime a relationship ends or goes awry, I am immediately focusing on my artistry, work, gym, something. I'm focusing on something else because those thoughts will run rampant. At the end of one of my relationships, I want to say back in 2022 or 3, I picked up a part-time job as a Domino's delivery driver because I had the time that I would spend with her needed to be filled with something else. Even though I had a full-time job already, that part-time job really took my mind off of things. And also, Domino's delivery was a great job. I love Domino's pizza. That shit smacks. They bang, dog. I worked at the one on Duncanville, 408 East Wheatland. Man, they had a lot of managers come and go. And I stayed, because I was just delivering pizzas. I'm not here for nothing else. Cool ass job. Cool ass job, dog. Get a delivery job. It's cool, man. People cool. It's nice. You can just cruise around listening to music, deliver a couple slanging pizzas and shit. Ain't nothing crazy. At the end of a relationship, move forward. Live your life to the fullest in order to fill that void in a constructive way. Hopefully. It is important that we process and release our grief at the end of a relationship. Grief is just love persevering. And it's important that we process, we go through these feelings, we sift through them, and then release them. Because holding on to this pressure really just builds up if you let it. And it'll come out at a more unfavorable time if you don't deal with it now, And you might blow up on somebody that doesn't deserve it. We don't want to bleed on those who don't cut us. So we process our emotions. And that includes grudges. Grudges are like holding on to a hot comb. You're really only hurting yourself. Let go. Forgiveness is not just for the other person, but for yourself as well. By forgiving, you can let go. You don't have to forget now. Like, you can forgive and still remember the transgressions against you. But by forgiving, you're letting go of the pain that you hold on to. And ultimately, that's what we want. I would hope that you can live life as carefree, as burdenless as possible. And anger, grief, grudges are a burden to hold. And also, closure is a scam. You don't need closure as much as you think you might need it. Closure is a self-gratifying act. You don't have to understand why someone does what they do. Once it's done, it's happened. Now we move on from it. Closure is nice to have. Ideally, fortunately, if we can have closure, let's get closure.
Hell yeah.
But in order to move on, we don't need closure. At the end of the day going in. The day goes on. So whether or not I know the truth of why this person did what they did, it's not going to stop me from waking up tomorrow or living my life as it continues. We don't have to have the tightest laces for our shoes to be tied. A loose loop serves the same purpose. So closure is really more so for yourself. And don't tell yourself that you need closure to move on. Because if you can't get it, then you just can't get it. And that's okay. That's okay. We can just move on from there. Because trying to understand somebody and they withhold that information or they give you the runaround is a power tactic. Because every conversation is basically a power struggle. So you're trying to understand them and they understand that kind of puts them on a higher ground, Not that this is a battle per se, but you're giving them power where they don't need it or deserve it. Understand what's happened has happened. And now all we can do from that is just move on. So we move on. We move forward with our lives. And with that, we alchemize.
Wow.
And by alchemize, I mean we turn that energy into something else. So the same way that I use the energy I would be thinking of negative self-spirals about the relationship, I put that towards work, towards a part-time, towards my art, towards my music, towards the gym, something, you know. Alchemy is the art of transmuting energy into something else, like turning gold to lead, water to steam, whatever the case may be, you know. It's a pretty common trope for guys to get their heart broken or go through some kind of emotional distress and get into the gym because they're transmuting that energy into self-care, or, you know, just turning that energy into something more constructive for themselves. You know, use that energy to build yourself up rather than tear yourself down. Alchemize that pain, turn it into art, turn it into music, turn it into the gym, turn it into a business, turn it into shit, I don't know, gratifying experiences with friends, family, shit. Pick up a new hobby, nigga. Fuck. Whatever the case may be, don't dwell on it. Dwelling, moping, complaining doesn't really do anything for anybody. It's a self-gratifying act with no results. We don't complain, we don't mope, and we don't gripe around here. We just get it done. We do around here. If you have time to complain about it, if you have time to mope about it, you have time to do something. You have time to change something. You have time to make something happen. So make something happen. We are action oriented around here. Words will only do so much. Get in the field, nigga. Cause life goes on at the end of the day. Life goes on. Nowadays, when I experience heartbreaks and things of that nature, I'm a lot less burdened by the initial impact because I kind of already prepared for it. I am a person that likes to stay prepared for everything so as not to be surprised by anything. And it has its pros and it has its cons. If you're always ready for the shoe to drop, you're never really 100% living in the moment, you know? But at that same time, the trade-off is a bit more preparedness, a bit more readiness, you know, to go when the door is needing to close. As I mature, I try to live more in the moment 100% undoubtedly. I put my best foot forward, and past that shit beyond me, dog. I can only do so much. If the shoe drops, the shoe drops. And then we just pick up from ground zero and keep it pushing. If that's the way it's supposed to be, then so be it. You know, I am only subject to the fates, but I am not a victim of circumstance at all. And if I can change something, I will change something. And if I can do something, I will do something. I refuse to dwell on old shit that gets you nowhere. That gets you nowhere. Love yourself.
Hell yeah!
Always and forever. Heartbreak is gonna happen, dog. You know, I would hope that you have a pretty good support system around you when it does. It makes the process just a little bit easier. So cry if you need to, but nah. That's life though. And yeah. This has been Costello with another installment of Nothing Out of the Ordinary. And that was heartbreak and things of that nature, you know. Love yourself. Don't dwell on it. Move on. Life goes on, so you should move on with it. Holding on to yesterday does not get you ready for tomorrow. Holding on for yesterday does not serve you today. So I hope that you can take that energy from the end of that relationship or that heartbreak and put it towards yourself in a constructive manner. Drugs and alcohol and other kind of self-destructive vices only last for so long before they become a slippery slope of deterioration or degradation. So take it easy. Take it easy on yourself, you know. You're only human. We're only human, man. It's gonna hurt. A heart's a fragile thing to be playing with. With them high highs come them low lows. It's all part of the game, my boy. It's okay.
Dear basketball.
But shit, nothing out of the ordinary though. Thank you for watching. Also, thank you for letting me yap. Thank you for letting me yap to a camera. Thank you for letting me get these thoughts out. Even if it's just 10, 5, even if it's just one nigga listening to my shit. I appreciate it. It really does mean the world. Interacting with my shit at all. So I hope you have a phenomenal Sunday and a better week ahead. You know, it's a phenomenal day to be alive, aware, present. Shit, man. I got food in the fridge. That shit bangs. I got clothes on my back, my nigga. I got a roof over my head. Does it get much better than that? It does not. It does not. Ain't no such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing. But yeah, I'm gonna get the fuck on now. So I'll see you next time. Thank you for listening.